Hey guys, good morning. I wanted to put out a quick word to you just because sometimes I think I type entirely too much, and by the time you actually look at my long message, sometimes I don't think that everyone reads it, which is perfectly fine. But there was something that was kind of brought up this weekend at Advo Nation that I really wanted to touch on because it kind of, I think that we all kind of go through it. So I just wanted to kind of clarify a couple things for you. Number one, and I say this and then I'll clarify, you do not have to do AdvoCare 24/7. And actually, I don't want you to do AdvoCare 24/7. And here's why. I think, this is my opinion, but I think that we should all be AdvoCare 24/7. So take your products, be mindful with the things that you say, especially on Facebook and to others. Be respectful, grow those relationships, grow your leadership skills. AdvoCare was founded on family, which I think is a wonderful thing. I think that is why we are so successful. But you do not have to do AdvoCare 24/7. One of the girls that I met this weekend said that her husband is very good at AdvoCare, but he spends entirely too much time doing it. There's no boundaries to it. They can be sitting at the dining room table and all of a sudden he gets a phone call and then he's doing a three-way phone call, or they can be in the middle of like a game with their kids and he jumps up and goes and does something AdvoCare, and that is not the way that AdvoCare was originally put together. So when I say don't do AdvoCare 24/7, I most definitely think that you need boundaries. This is something that I've not been particularly good at, but if you think about it, how much better would it be for you and your business if you actually set aside time for AdvoCare instead of doing it kind of sort of all the time? So, I don't want you to sit there when someone says, hey, I need a three-way phone call done, but they couldn't really give me a time, sometime between like 3 and 9, and you're like, okay, yeah, I'll sit by my phone and I'll wait for them to call. That's not what I want you to do. One of the things that we learned at No Limits as well as AdvoU was to block out your time during the day. So, obviously you need to sleep. Don't do AdvoCare when you're supposed to be sleeping. But get a calendar out and write down hours. So 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, all the way until whenever it is that you go to bed, 9 o'clock. Use the green, yellow, and red system. I love this system. So basically, red time is no AdvoCare. Put your phone down, ignore the notifications. It will still be there whenever you come back to it, and that is fine. You need boundaries. This is what makes AdvoCare so great, is that you can do this part-time and still make a good income. And it is so important that we keep with that, because when people look at using this as a business opportunity or using this for their products, that's what they're supposed to see, is that this is a great opportunity for a part-time effort. If they see that you're doing AdvoCare all the time, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and that is all that you're doing, nobody's going to want to do that because they already have a full-time job. They already have a boss that's telling them that they have to work X amount of hours just to, make ends meet. They don't need a full-time job or another full-time job. They want something that's part-time that can bring them in money. So, those red spots that you block off, it can be dinner with your family. It can be, obviously your work hours. It can be, your gym time. But block out those times and don't pick up your phone. Do not worry about AdvoCare during those times. That is you time. That is family time. That is personal time. And have those boundaries set. If you've got it blocked out and someone wants a three-way phone call done, just let them know, look, I'm not available at that time, but I'll try to find somebody that will be. Brandon and I will be more than happy to help you with that. Then your green time is your AdvoCare time. And even if you only dedicate 1 hour a day, 5 days a week to this, or 1 hour a day, 4 days a week to this is the time that you are actively doing AdvoCare. So, forget the laundry, forget, TV watching, forget all of that stuff, and just focus on AdvoCare. Imagine how many phone calls you can make in a 1 hour period each day. I am trying to go through our list of challengers just to touch base with them and make sure that they don't have any questions. And I will tell you that I can probably do 10 or 12 phone calls, in an hour, depending on if I have to talk to somebody or if I have to leave a message, that kind of thing. But just imagine how much time you can take and how many people you can reach doing that. So your green time is AdvoCare time, and then your yellow time is, I may do AdvoCare, I may not do AdvoCare, it just kind of depends. So I use my yellow time a lot when I am doing my driving. So I see patients up in Gibson County and have 20, 25 minutes where I can actually do phone calls. I don't have to do phone calls during then. I can, catch up on work or do whatever I need to do, but that is the time that I have set aside that says, if there's a call that I need to watch or if there's a webinar, then I can take the time and actually do that. So that's your yellow time. Your yellow time should be filled with activities. So don't block out a green time for a call. And I know that sounds a little bit backwards. We want you on the call, but your green time should be dedicated to activities that are actually going to make you money here. So that is talking to people, that is doing mixers, that is doing three-way phone calls, that is you're actively talking to people and spreading the word about AdvoCare. Whereas your yellow time can be your training. I do yellow time a lot at night whenever my kids are in bed, because I can do a phone call if someone wants me to, or that's a good time for me to kind of catch up on training or read a book. It's not activities that are going to pay me at that particular time, but it's activities that will help me grow my business. So I hope that helps you kind of get an idea of what you should be doing. And I say should be doing, that's my opinion, but kind of what you should be doing as far as with your time. Do not feel like you need to do this business all the time. That is not the reason that it was invented in the first place. It was invented so that you can do this on a part-time income or a part-time basis and make a good income. So just remember that. And remember that, number one, your family's going to get burnt out if you are doing AdvoCare 24/7, and then they're not going to be supportive, and you might as well just go get a second job. Number two, your prospects are going to look at that and say, you know what, I don't want another full-time job, so they're not going to want to do it. And number three, you will get burnt out. So if you are AdvoCare 24/7, if you are not taking time for yourself, at some point you're going to look at it and say, all this effort that I'm putting in is not worth it, and you're going to quit. So block off time, take that time, make it purposeful, make sure that you are actually doing, quote unquote, doing AdvoCare. I'm not talking about calls. I'm not talking about I'm not talking about, training. I'm not talking about webinars. I'm talking about actually doing AdvoCare, actually talking to people, actually getting out there and doing the things that are going to pay you. That's what your green time should be consistent of. And if you do that 1 hour a day, 5 days a week, you will be amazed on how much growth your business can have. So anyway, I hope that helps. I hope that was not too long, but I highly encourage you, like I said, to make sure that you are blocking time for AdvoCare. If this is what you want, if this is a business that you want to pay you to make money from, then you're going to have to put in the time. It is not a get rich quick. It is not a, your team is going to make money for you. This is a work program that if you want to make it happen, you can make it happen, but you've got to make it happen. So anyway, reach out to your all-in challengers as well. Make sure that they do not have questions. Don't forget Mixer on Thursday, what would that date be? The 14th at 6:30 at my house. It'll be 1 hour long, and then I will stay and answer questions as long as I need to. So anyway, hope to see you guys on Thursday. Let me know if you have any questions, and have a great day.